Hey everyone, welcome back to your My Ninja Academy. Today we are going to go through Amado creating an artificial Kurama. If you would like to see more about Naruto in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our Ninja Academy. To understand why he created an artificial Kurama, we need to understand a little about the character and his connection to the study of genetics and his creations. Amado creates an artificial Kurama. Amado is considered the second in command in Kara, being a brilliant scientist with his knowledge of scientific ninja tools being far beyond that of any other character. However, his real goal in joining Kara was to kill Ishiki, and in the process, he apparently used Jiraiya genetic material to create a clone named Kashin Koji. According to Amado, in his previous experiments, he created many artificial people whose strength exceeds Sixian. However, to better control the shell organization, Sixian was destroyed. Only Calder was different. He survived the test and carved a white wedge into his body. To limit his power, Amado installed a limiter on him. From this point we can see that Amado's level of scientific research is extremely strong. As long as the resources are sufficient, he can build his own country through his own abilities. And now he's being monitored during the lifetime of Konoha. Konoha, after all, Iishi had stricter supervision over him. For so many years, the only card in his hand was Goshinjishi. Going to Konoha for the blessing could help him even if he went. Mutiny, the survival rate could also be the highest. After that, Zhuo Ming's strength dropped dramatically, since he was able to create an artificial human much stronger than Sixian. It was easy for him to return to water, but he provided information and created a future. The faceless cyborg helps Konoha see that he has no mindset to instigate rebellion, while most of my friends think Amado has a big conspiracy. I think he may be more pure than I imagined. In the beginning he seemed ambitious, but he didn't end up in the end. He is a bad person. Everything is to bring change in the ninja road. They are more like participants and witnesses. Amado knows the Otsutsuki clan very well, so I think his interest is not to dominate the road or something, but through research, the Otsutsuki clan's skills are used purely as a tool for ninjas. You don't need to accumulate a lot of training and practice to gain powerful strength. This will undoubtedly bring great changes to the road. In the comics, he has already revealed his intentions. When Kawaki was annoyed, Amado told him that his body was already a big barrel and seduced many parties by claiming that he could use the wedge mark as a simple tool. Looking at the line, the age of ninjas is over. In the first episode, Shuamo, it is not hard to see that the theme of this work revolves around the question of whether ninjas are still needed to survive. If Amado is just a hidden villain, the plot will become relatively simple and the standard will be lower. Amado's picture is a revolution in the shinobi world. He doesn't have to do it alone. As long as this revolution is successfully launched, it will directly shake the status of the 5 main villages in a very short period of time. Then, after Otsutsuki was resolved, he still stayed with Konoha and even offered to help. At the moment, it may be that his experiment has not been completed. There are no cases of success in practice. Amado creating Koji. Although we don't know for sure about all the details of how Amado managed to do this, Koji has very similar abilities to Iron, Senin, being able to use Rasengan and even summon frogs. Amado created Koji with the goal of defeating Ishiki Otsutsuki. Failed even though Ishiki was weakened, but Naruto was able after the sacrifice of Kurama. Koji is one of the interns of Kara, that is, an extremely powerful shinobi who is responsible for the actions of the group in a certain region of the Ninja Road. In this case, Kashin was in charge for looking after Kara's operation in the Land of Fire, where Konoha is located. However, he's also a double agent. Koji was always working together with Amado, a great scientist and also one of Kara's interns, to thwart the group's final plan, the resurrection of Ishiki Otsutsuki. Briefly summarized, Kara's ultimate goal is to find or create the perfect host to implant Ishiki's karma, leading to the resurrection of the fearsome Otsutsuki. To this end, Koji infiltrated Kara and grew to the point where he became one of the interns and the one in charge of the Fire Country, where incidents with the Otsutsuki have already occurred. However, both Kashin and Amado believe in the maxim that the end justifies the means, so they have always done everything to keep up appearances and carry out their plan. But what was the plan of Koji, Kashin and Beloved? Well, to be very brief, they wanted to resurrect Ishiki in a more fragile state and in a controlled environment to finally kill him. Ishiki arrived on Earth together with Kaguya, the great villain of Naruto's story. They were part of the same Otsutsuki group that went from dimension to dimension, planting the harvesting the chakra fruit of the Divine Tree. However, Kaguya betrays Ishiki and tries to kill him when his companion is distracted. She almost succeeds, but he escapes with her special jutsu, the Sukunahikona, which allows him to shrink anything that is in his field of vision and himself. In this way, almost dead, Ishiki finds Jingen, a monk, and turns him into his host, entering the body's body and functioning as a parasite. It is worth noting that Ishiki may have been the main reason Kaguya created the whole plan to assemble an arm of Zetsus and become even more powerful. She feared both the incoming Otsutsuki and the one she failed to kill. Possessing Jingen, Ishiki spent nearly a millennium strengthening herself and searching for an ideal host for her karma. Jingen's body could not withstand the power being an ordinary human, so Ishiki remained hidden as a parasite in the monk and created Kara for that purpose. Thus, Koji and Amado's plan was to force Ishiki to resurrect in Jingen's body. This would awaken the Otsutsuki to the point where it would be possible to confront him and remove the seal of his karma from those who were marked. According to Amado, only then he will be killed once and for all. I believe that if Amado starts further research on Kurama to use its power to beat even Ada, which was created to overcome Ishiki and the other Otsutsuki, Kurama still has his DNA on Earth. All those who have Kurama's DNA have mustache marks. Only Jinchuriki children have this mark, and the gold and silver brothers after consuming Kurama. In this we can mention that Kurama's chakra can still be found in several places where it was deposited, as for example in the video of Himawaki that I made a possibility for her being a possible Jinchuriki of Kurama. So, we can conclude that Kurama has chakra spread all around the shinobi road. It's worth noting that Kushina didn't have this mark because her parents were not Jinchuriki, but Naruto, Boruto and Himawari have. After all, they are children of Jinchuriki and thus have Kurama's DNA confirmed in their bodies. Based on the premise that it's only a matter of time for Amado to go after the possible Kurama cells to start his experiments, we can believe that there is an immense possibility that a laboratory-created Kurama exists. I believe that if this was introduced with Orochimaru, for example, it would be something very obvious to the work. But as Boruto is about a new generation, we can be sure that things like this are made to introduce new concepts of characters and even better approach a saga that will begin. Boruto started badly, but still has a chance to be better. Not every anime start already pleases everyone. The interesting is to see this evolution and improvement of the author with his work. In this case, I guess that if an artificial Kurama is introduced, it will be after a series of crucial events for the work. The genetics has always been something that was able to side with Naruto. In this, we must always understand that experiments and scientists will always have a space in the work, both as allies and antagonists. The most curious of all this is that for more than a rise, things like this will happen, things that helps the protagonists to be at a similar level or often the height. I end today's video by stating that Boruto is still crawling after all he has not begun to enter headlong into events that will mark him forever, like his previous work Naruto did. This is a long and slow process. After all, for work to receive praise, it is necessary to trace a timeline of events and actions. And this Boruto still has much to show us and surprise us, either in negative or positive moments. In general, what remains is to wait. That's it, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for the videos, don't forget to comment below because I will be reading all of them as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your favorite Ninja Academy.